COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine.
What's up, guys? It's Rav. I'm headed to the OC Auto Show. It's way late. It's like almost 5 p.m. It says that the convention center closes at 5. I meant to get there like early this morning, but didn't happen. So I'm headed there now. It says the show is till 9 p.m. So I don't know how that works if the convention center closes at 5. I'm looking at that new DJI mini camera. That thing looks really freaking awesome, dude. I'm really impressed with it. I've got like this is hilarious. This is my GoPro 8 with it's got the thing on it for the microphone and stuff. I bought it with like 6 batteries and had this. I was going to use it for vlogging, and I've never even used it. The damn thing is practically brand new. I've never really used it. I don't know why. I think the DJIs seem to be, they seem to be easier. This thing is, you know, the Osmo. It's got the gimbal built in, but that new mini, I don't even remember what they call it, but it looks pretty neat. And I think it would be better for like car shots and stuff, honestly, like this. And then it would give me 2 camera angles when I'm filming. And then if I've got my drone in the air, it would actually give me 3 camera angles. And they're all DJI cameras, so I really like that aspect of it. Oh God, I got somebody calling. Let me get back with you guys. I have a call coming in. In my YouTube video.
Turn right onto the California.
Wave. Oops.
I love it.
That was awesome.
Continue on California 91 West for 1.5 miles.
Finding parking for this thing is going to be a freaking nightmare. I know it. I have to remember that I'm parked on the roof row 1. I got it on camera here, so should be able to find my truck. I literally screen captured my ticket, the QR code on my phone, so. You scan our tickets here?
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. The new Land Cruiser. I've actually driven these. I like the Lexus better. The Lexus version is better. They're super expensive though. Whoops. Yeah. Land Cruiser. Like I said, I've driven the Land Cruiser and I've driven the Lexus version. And I prefer the Lexus version. It's got several different upgrades from the standard Toyota, even though I like the badging on the Land Cruiser better. The one I drove, the Lexus version, was like $100,000 though, which is crazy. And the new 4Runners are pretty nice. I'm just not sold on the engines. Oh, here's the off-road edition. I think it's funny because I think they're actually like kind of designed after the Xterra. They've got the popped out fenders like an Xterra. But this is like the first 4Runner that I really like the design of it. And this is the TRD off-road version. So a base model is 52 grand. It's see what the TRD is. Probably going to be like 70 for an off-road version. Oh no, it's only 41. That's actually not too bad for the off-road TRD version. I would still want to go with a... Yeah, the 4Runners are pretty nice. I'm like really impressed with the 4Runners. I've never been like a big 4Runner fan, but these are actually pretty freaking nice. $41,000 for the base model. But still, I would want to go with a Lexus. The Land Cruiser Lexus version, this one right here. And they start at $57,000. And like I said, the Lexus version that I drove it went for like 101 grand. Okay, we got some classic Vets here, which is pretty freaking awesome. I love the color on this one. As a matter of fact, I like the very first one the best. That silver and black was just perfectly on point. I watched a guy wreck a Vet like this last night. It wasn't a Z06 though. I drove one of these not long ago.
But if you guys ever want to hang with us,
It's funny because I was a big fan of the mid-engine or rear-engine Corvette to begin with, but I've really fell out of love with them. I think this is like the last real, it's a rear-wheel drive, a lot of power, Z06, beautiful, beautiful car. 2017 C7, Long Beach red. Everybody's in love with the purple Lamborghini. Here's the Lexus, and here's the Lexus version of the Land Cruiser. And this is the one I would want. It's way more expensive than the Toyota. I mean, it's just so clean. It's like, it's a real upgrade compared to the Toyota too, which is crazy. And the Land Cruiser. $85,000 sticker price. I hope you guys can see that. And the Land Cruiser starts at like $54,000, so that's like a huge difference in price. But this thing has a lot of upgrades. Interior's nicer. It's just a much nicer vehicle overall, but not $85,000 nicer. Here we have the Bentleys. And they've really fallen off because like back in like 2010, 11, 12, the Bentley Continental, it was like the hottest car in Los Angeles. And now Rolls-Royce has pretty much taken over. And nobody even talks about the Bentleys anymore.
Why do you keep parking your car right here?
Right? I wished. Nobody even really talks about the Bentleys anymore, but I still love the Bentleys because they're more in line. They're partnered with Breitling, where Rolls-Royce is partnered with Rolex, of course. Makes a lot of sense, right? This is the Genesis electric. We don't have much really for the Porsches here. Here they are. I'm sure there's got to be a real Porsche booth somewhere, but that's kind of all I see right here. Looks like it's all electric, so I'll definitely pass on that. Give me an old school combustion engine, baby. Especially for a Porsche, you know what I mean? The BMWs. You don't see an M2 anywhere. You think they'd have an M2. See the new electric BM right here. The Dodge booth. That's what my brother would want. The Rams. New diesels. My dad just got a new Ford. It's not a King Ranch edition, but it's right under it. My dad's a Ford guy, my brother's a Dodge guy. But here's the Nissan booth. So let's look at the new, they're talking about bringing the Xterra back. But here's actually the new Frontier. See what it starts at, price-wise. I don't see a base model sticker price on there. Do you guys? And I've driven one of these, and I've driven the new Tacoma, and I was much more impressed with the Frontier than I was the Tacoma. And I think it got like Truck of the Year or something like that for mid-sized truck, if I'm not mistaken. But they're really talking about, this is a Pro 4X, they're talking about bringing the Xterra back, but I don't have very high hopes for that. The deal is like, even if they brought the Xterra back, I'm afraid they would like probably ruin the design on it, and I probably wouldn't even like it compared to like the older Xterras. You can see Nissan has really went in on the more electric cars, because I'm sure that's what they're wanting to drive in Japan and stuff. But here, like the Overland, like the Frontier with the Pro 4X package is like what's going to be really popular. And the SUVs are not like something you would even like take off road at all. Zero. So unless they bring the Xterra back, Nissan's dead in the water when it comes to off-road vehicles. They don't have anything except the Frontier. You the Nissan rep? When are you guys going to bring some off-road vehicles back? Which is super disappointing considering Toyota's like killing it. You think Nissan would like want to try to compete somehow. They don't really seem to. Like these new SUVs from like Nissan, like you couldn't even give me one of these. I don't even like them at all. Zero. This is okay. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what these are. This is a Pathfinder. Ugly. Compared to the new, this is the new Pathfinder, and compared to the new Land Cruiser, it's like Pathfinder's a joke. And compared to, even to the 4Runner, which is what it's compatible to, is the 4Runner. I mean, they make like the insides of the vehicles and stuff, the interiors are nicer, but like, I mean, this is a Pathfinder. You can't even take this off the road. You couldn't put a lift on this or anything. Like, why? I mean, maybe, but I can't even see that thing lifted on 33s. It's like a mom minivan, grocery getter, soccer mom car. See some rooftop tents over here, so we might find some overlanding stuff. I see some like built out vans and stuff. I thought there would be more off-roading stuff here, is the only reason I came. But I think I see a Grenadiers. Oh yeah, I see the Grenadiers. I do see the Grenadiers. We're going for the Grenadiers. Yeah, so I was trying to talk to one of the Nissan. I did talk to the Nissan rep, but she just didn't want to be on camera, which is totally understandable. They have media days for stuff like that, and I didn't realize that. Or I'd have put in for a media day pass, but not that big a deal. I was just kind of grilling her on like why Nissan is like not literally doing nothing for off-road anymore. They're gonna get killed by Toyota. They have the Frontier, and a lot of people evidently have switched over to the Frontier because it seems like a lot nicer truck than the Tacoma now, but I don't know. And Nissan keeps saying they're going to bring the Xterra back, but like I said, I'm not holding my breath anymore. And that's kind of what she said too. She said she keeps hearing that they're going to bring it back, but she's not holding her breath anymore either. Yeah, if I had like a couple $100,000 just to burn, I would get one of these. Oh, this thing's probably over that. It's probably $500,000.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Four-wheel drive, Falcon suspension, reservoir shocks. It's got the hood is like bed lined. Says it's an Airstream. I bet this thing is $500,000 at least. Yeah, I do love this thing though. They're just crazy expensive, like insanely expensive. There's not even a sticker price on it because it's so expensive. But everybody's going nuts over it. Look, it's probably got like I would say that's probably about a 4-inch, 4.5-inch lift on it.
Like when we were.
Yeah. So it's called an Interstate XLE all-wheel drive. I love the I don't know if it's a wrap, but it's just like stainless. Makes me want to sandblast my truck and make it stainless. Yeah, this thing is freaking cool. Pretty lit. Got an awning up there. That thing is lit. Let's go look at something else. This is an Airstream trailer. So this is all Airstream. Here's another one, darker color. Here's the Grenadier. I love the Grenadier because it's based on like a Land Rover D110. So if I had to replace the Xterra, this is what I would want, but these things are over 100 grand as well, so sucks. I was talking to my dad on the 14th. I called him because it's my brother's birthday. And we were talking about like when I was first looking at a new house in Texas, like you could get a really nice house for like $160,000 in Dallas. And now like these vehicles are like well over $100,000, which is just insane to me. But I would love to have like, even if it wasn't a Grenadier, I would love to have like an older Land Rover diesel TDI with an Alu-cab on it. This is the best, this Alu-cab, because you can literally stand up inside and you can get in and out of your tent without leaving the inside of your vehicle. There used to be a girl, or there's a girl on YouTube that's got the older D110 Land Rover and she's got the Alu-cab on it, on her YouTube channel, and it's like, she's been to Alaska, she's like from Poland, I think, and she shipped her rig everywhere, dude, and she has went everywhere in that thing. I mean, this Alu-cab tent, what you don't realize is you literally cut the top off of a Land Rover D110. You cut the top off of, and this is a cap that sits on top. So unlike my truck where it goes on the roof, this is your roof. So that's how you can get inside of it. Yeah, you can't see it. Maybe there's another one we can see. Oh, there's my dream truck right there. FZJ80 Land Cruiser on 37-inch tires. Yeah, this is what I would love to have if I had like the budget to keep it going and keep it running. A triple locked FZJ80. This is my dream truck. Out of all the trucks on this floor, I would probably take this one because it's completely restored. I just love it. It's beautiful. It's got Dobson springs on it. I wonder if it's triple locked. Let's see if it's triple locked. It is triple locked, guys. Look at that. See that button right there? That little button? That little switch? That means it is triple locked. This thing is a unicorn, a triple locked FZJ80. I wonder what year it is. Beautiful. Funny, this one's on Radflow. This is a new Land Cruiser. This is a newer model Land Cruiser with a rooftop tent on it. It's got Baja design, ditch lights. Got a factor 55 winch. It's running 35-inch tires like my Xterra. It's got Radflow's reservoir. Got Chaos fabrication upper UCAs, upper control arms. But look at this, dude. I would take, you have this new, I would take this with that solid front axle any day of the week. See that solid front axle right there? That solid front axle right there, that is what makes a real off-road vehicle, is that solid front axle. You get as much flex as the front with these, this is springs or coils. This thing will flex just as much in the front as it does in the back. Unlike an IFS, independent front suspension, like these new Land Cruisers over here. I told the Grenadiers have a solid front axle. I don't know. Oh, they do. They absolutely do. They should be pretty easy to lift then. So these Baja lights, guys, these are LP6s. I think you can get LP9s. I know the LP9s, I believe, are like $500 a piece for the lights. And maybe the LP6s, I can't remember. I think it's the LP9s. They are super expensive. And I wouldn't mind having the ditch lights in Baja design on my truck. These over here that are on the Land Cruiser. Yeah, these are Baja design. These are a little larger than I would want, but I like this. It's got the Molly panel on the outside, got the rooftop tent. It's pretty lit. This is literally all I came to see. And these vehicles look like they're all locked. They don't want you in them. Yeah, they're all locked. Can't even look at them. But this is the one I want right here. This thing is amazing. RPM Garage. The only thing I don't like about these is the stereo's so far down, close to the console, or close to the. It's way down. Your stereo is, and that's what I like about the Xterra. My stereo's way up at the top where these air conditioning vents are. So you actually see a lot of these Lexuses, and they're actually pretty nice. The newer ones, like a 2008 and 9, 10, they're still really crazy expensive in the 30,000s. This is the LX 570, but if you go down to the 470, you can get them for about 10 grand. And they look pretty cool when they're lifted. But I actually like the 570 better, but it's not that great off-road from what I understand. This Blazer, man, this thing is pretty freaking insane. So it's got a Banks turbo diesel, it's got a King suspension. So just the suspension on this truck, you're looking at probably close to 10 grand. I bet those shocks are probably 2,000 a piece maybe. And it's got a lift on it. This thing is lifted probably about 6 to 8 inches. I mean, it's up there. And I bet it's got a Banks turbo diesel, and it's all bed lined, which I usually don't like that, but for this it actually it works. It reminds me of the old military. They made these with the little gas turbo. I don't remember what it's called. It was like a GM turbo diesel, and they made them for the military, and you can pick them up fairly cheap today. But this thing is pretty freaking sweet. I'm not a big Chevy guy anymore, but with that diesel in there, you're going to get fairly good mileage, probably like upwards of close to 20 miles per gallon. And the lights are insane. What kind of lights are these? Go Rhino. They're huge. I think they're 9 inches, but they look bigger than 9-inch lights. That's what I want for my rig, is 2 9-inch lights on the front. I've got 7s and I want 9s now. Probably, I wonder how much just a spot costs over here. Could have probably got my old rig in here. It's an old Ford XL. This thing looks like a Unimog, but it's actually the Jeep. It's got a pretty cool camper on it. First gear. This Bronco is actually pretty nice. I'm just not a big fan of the soft top. I like the way it looks when you're running around with the soft top off. Looks pretty cool, but they're really fucking noisy. It's got your air, I don't even know what air system that is. Morse or Morflate. Tires are too small in this thing. I'd want 37s. I'm gonna get a Bronco. It's definitely gonna have 37s on it. Ford with a rooftop tent on it. You don't see that every day. Actually looks pretty cool, actually. I'm not hating on it. It's got the, okay, so here's the LP9s, guys. So here's the LP9s. So these are 9-inch Baja design lights. They're LP9s, and they're $500 a piece. So you're looking at $1,000, $2,000 in those 4 lights right there. And I'm actually trying to get Fox light on my truck, the 9-inch Fox lights. And I have never seen these in person, the Baja design, the LP9s. I've seen a lot of the LP6s. I really do like the LP9s. I don't like the yellow lights. I know that's the big fad. Everybody loves the yellow lights now, but that's not really I'm old school. It's not really my bag, even if you can see better. I was using Gila lights back, early 2000s on my Land Rovers. And you can see just fine with the white ones. You don't need yellow. I think this is a Raptor. It's like a Raptor. This one's got the 37-inch tires on it. This is actually pretty cool. You have good riches. Oh God, we have a Subaru. Got an Alpha 10 on it. I want one of these fridges. I've been looking at these. They're crazy expensive. So it's actually, there's a lot of the clamshell type tents up here on these rigs. And that's originally what I wanted, was a clamshell type tent. But I'm really happy with the tent I got, with the side, getting into the side of it. I just think it works a lot better. It might not look as cool for social media, but it just seems to work a lot better when you're like getting into it from the side. These shells, Alucab makes one of these pop-up tents as well, and they are actually pretty cool if you're going to do like a pickup. You've got your refrigerator, you've got everything built into it, so it actually looks pretty freaking awesome. But unfortunately, like every single thing else, they are super expensive. Like I think the Alucab one is like 25 grand, which is crazy. But it's more of an overland tent than like the old school tents that used to put on the back of like a regular pickup. It's got like a pop-up in it, so you can pop it down. It's pretty cool. Check out this van. It's got a screen up there so you can have movie night, which is pretty awesome. Let's go up and look at this one over here. This thing is so freaking tall, dude. I can't even get to the... So it's completely four-wheel drive, Sprinter van, and it's got a rooftop tent, and the rooftop tent is so far up there that I've got my tripod completely extended. Oh yeah, I can get up there. I mean, it is crazy. It's up there. Pretty awesome. Adventure Conversions. So this is a conversion company, meaning you buy your own van, and then they will convert it for you. Or like Airstream, you buy it and it's already done. But those things are insanely expensive as well. Yeah, I still love these Grenadiers with the Alucab tent on the top. Too bad they didn't open the tent up where we could see the inside of it, because that would have been super cool. They've got it all zipped up. Can't see anything in the inside of it. But anyway, it's the whole cap. So again, you can like crawl into your tent without ever getting out of your vehicle. So if it's raining, snowing, you can pull up, deploy your tent. I think you have to, I don't know if you have to get out to deploy it. I don't think you do. I think you can deploy it from inside. These Grenadiers, dude, you have to, like, these are sick looking, old school looking. They look exactly like, almost exactly like an old Land Rover D110. It's like real off-road vehicle stuff. Still not as near as big as that FZJ80 triple locked over there though. Let's look at this. Oh, we've got a G-Wagon over here. This is kind of crazy. Freaking G-Wagon. That's pretty awesome. I just can't. I like the old like 27 G-Wagons, which is probably like this, 2014. But God, like the parts for these things and fixing it would be too expensive. They're pretty awesome, and they're pretty easy to lift because they're solid front axle as well. Got a V8 in it. The new ones I'm not that crazy about because I think they went to IFS. What's funny is I've worked so hard to get my Nissan to where it's at. I still have some things I want to do to it, but I mean, it's really getting there. I have to fix this camera. I was just talking about the Alu Cab pickup tent. Here it is. I think the thing is like 25 grand, but I do like this on the back of a Tacoma. I mean, this is pretty sick. And then you can get into your tent and inside the truck. You sure don't have much room though, but you have your like refrigerator. Well, no you don't, so I guess you have to put your refrigerator up front. There's not a lot of room, but this thing is sick with all the molly panels and stuff, and then you have your awning above you. Oh, and then it's got the gull wings. This is what's really sick. It's got the gull wings, so the whole thing opens up. Oh, you got your diesel heater over there, so just like a boat. That diesel heater right there, that Newport diesel heater is the same diesel heater that you would get in like a sailboat. So it's going to be just fine for this thing and keep you nice and warm in the wintertime. Yeah, I was looking at sailboats, and when I was looking to buy a sailboat, I was looking to buy that Dickinson, or the Newport by Dickinson heater. Diesel heater. Maybe it's diesel. I can't remember. This Tacoma's got an all king suspension on it. I wish I had that on my Xterra. Freaking awesome, dude. Not a huge Taco fan or Tacoma fan, but this one is pretty rad. And with the Alu Cab on it, I pretty much love it. So I've worked so hard to get my Xterra where I want it, but it's so funny because my Xterra looks like a homeless person's stuff compared to this new stuff they have. I don't know what's going on here. We have cars like driving like, I guess you can test drive a car. I don't know if they're doing car training or exactly what we're doing here, but they are running pretty quickly here. They're definitely making a lot of damn noise, I'll say that. Again, now that I got my selfie stick going, you can scope up so you can see the top of it.
Elliot, let's go.
sorry.
You're good?
I think it'd be good for fishing, wouldn't it?
Right?
Dig in the water?
Yeah. What is this thing, about $500,000?
Not too bad, actually, but it's 1 of 30. Sticker price on it's $320. Dealership's talking about knocking it up another 50, but it is a 1 of 30 limited edition.
Yeah. So I see a tent pop up over here. So I don't know what this is on. It's not like it's not with the rest of the tents. So it's a rooftop tent over here. So it looks like that rooftop tent, oh, it's on the Land Cruiser over here. Oh, the Lexus. It's a Lexus edition. Oh, wow, okay. So I missed this a while ago when I looked at the Lexus. So this is, if I had to buy a new rig, this would probably it. This thing is lifted. This is the Lexus I was talking about for the Land Cruiser. So this thing, I saw one of these sold for $101,000, same color, everything except that one had like brown leather interior, but it was actually really nice. Not a big fan of brown leather interior, so I drove it, and it was really, really nice. And it had like, I think like 16,000 miles on it, and it brought $101,000.
How much is it?
I'm not sure. So we got a Free Spirit FSR tent on here. It's the Aspen version 2. And as you guys know, I think most of you know, I have the Free Spirit Odyssey version 1. I will probably be upgrading to one of the newer Odyssey version 2s, but the one that just pops up, I can't remember what it's called, but you can literally
Check it out.
you can literally keep all of your bedding in that tent. Is the reason I want that other new Free Spirit. Well, this thing is so sweet. Got a full drawer system in it. Ikema, it's all Japanese. I love this drawer system and stuff, but like for gear as a photographer, I don't think, I mean, maybe I need to put lights and stuff. So I like having my Molly system in my truck. And there's not a lot of room for your Molly system in this thing. And I don't see a refrigerator in that drawer system either. So I'd love to have this without the drawer system. Gotta love the SFR tent. Free Spirit, baby. They're my favorite rooftop tents. Got your Rotopacks on the side. I could get these for my Xterra. Rockstera makes this Rotopack for the Xterra. I just don't really like the way it looks on an Xterra, and it would cover up my cool graphics on my windows. Icon suspension. So Icon is supposed to be making shocks for the Xterra, I believe, that Z1 Off-Road is going to have. So I'm kind of excited about that. One thing I do not like about this truck is it's got 18-inch wheels on it with 295. So nobody would want that for an off-road truck. You want 17 inches at the biggest for a wheel. So that's the wrong size wheel for this truck. People think it looks cool because it's 18-inch, but it's got a good lift on it. Looks really nice. But me, you want as much tire, as much meat of tire as you can get. Those 18-inch wheels just aren't it. So for me, the absolute dilemma for me is like, you have the Lexus. I don't even know what it is. I think it's a 560. We have to go back and look. I have to go look. What I hate about this Lexus is just exactly like my truck. It's got the lift gate on it, which I absolutely despise. I don't like to lift up like this. In the rain, when you're standing in the rain, it's kind of nice. But I would much prefer like a FJ Cruiser where the door swings out and have this wing lift up, because it interferes with your awning. If you put an awning on these, this lifts up into your awning like it does on my truck, so it's just really a pain in the butt. Oh shit. It's a GX 550. It's a GX 550. I was trying to just push it down just enough so I could see the freaking, it's a GX 550 badging on it. And it was going down, and it has a drawer system, so I was freaking out there for a second. I'm sure it would like censor it and notice that it had the drawer out and go back up. I didn't want to break anything. Yeah, GX 550. So the GX 550 is the Lexus version of the Land Cruiser. My dilemma would be, I love the FSR tent, but I like the Grenadier better. I do like the Grenadier better. And the thing about the Grenadier is, I mean, it's much more off-road looking. Looks like more utilitarian, which I do like a lot. But that's Japanese ingenuity. So that Grenadier, I think, has got a Mercedes. I'm pretty sure it's got a Mercedes engine in it. And I just don't see that Grenadier being near as reliable probably as the Lexus in the long run. But then these new Japanese trucks have so much technology on them as well that I don't know that how reliable they are now as well either. They're coming out with these really small engines with like turbos in them and stuff. So it's going to be interesting to see how the longevity on the longevity of these new vehicles, and like how much it costs to fix them. Like replace a turbo on these little tiny small 4-cylinder engines and stuff with like 2 turbos on them. You know, those things, one of those turbos are going to go out probably by 100,000 miles. You have to replace them. And like the old Japanese cars from like the 3 with the turbos on them, like the turbos were good for 100,000 miles, and then when they went out, it's like $1,200 to fix the turbo. And this is like 15, 20 years ago. So what will they be to fix nowadays? Not fix, you would literally have to replace the turbo when they went out. I can't remember what car it was that like, it was one of the Japanese cars that came stock with a turbo on it. And basically what they said was like, basically what it said is like, or like if you don't buy that car, because if you buy it, the turbo's gonna go out by the time it's 100,000 miles. And it's like $2,000 to replace the turbo. Jeep has got like a deal here where you can actually test drive their Jeeps, or you can test drive the cars, I guess. It's pretty crazy. And yeah, there comes got a big Ram coming in there, so I guess you can actually test drive the cars here. And Rubicons, I don't have to test drive any of those, even the Ram, because I've actually driven every single one of those. In like a 2023 to 2024, I've driven tons of cars. Test drove tons and tons of cars. Now this one I haven't test drove. I don't know what that is. I don't even know what that is. But all of the Jeeps, I've test driven all of those. Looks like a Genesis maybe, the blue one. Or Alfa Romeo, can't really tell. So this looks like a new Super Bee Charger. Is this a Super Bee? It's got the B logo, so I'm taking it that it's a Super Bee. Looks pretty nice. It's a 6-pack right there. I've actually driven these Dodge Challengers, like the 2025, 2020, or not 2025, like probably like a 2023, 2024. Not a huge fan, but they are pretty fast. Just never been really a Dodge sports car, except the old school Mopars from back in like the 60s and early 70s. Yeah, everything about this Corvette right here is like money. Beautiful. Oh, here we have the Jeeps, the bleeping Jeeps. And I will say I was not a huge Jeep fan, just because they don't have like a whole lot of, they have a lot of problems when it comes to mechanically. But this is a 4x4 Rubicon. Base price is $72,000 for a damn Jeep. That's crazy. The only good thing about the Jeep is it's the only American, well, it's the only real off-road vehicle that comes with like it still comes with the thing why you want a Jeep is you get that solid front axle. It's like, other than the Grenadier now, Jeep is the only one where you're gonna get that solid front axle right there. And that's what you want when you're off-roading, and that's why Jeeps are still today as popular as they are. Now there's a thing called a Jeep death rattle and stuff where you get like this heavy shimmy in the front end and stuff, and that's part of having a solid front axle, I guess. I don't remember the older ones doing that, so it's like a newer Jeep thing. But if you're gonna do off-roading, if you're serious about doing serious off-roading, having that solid front axle on a Jeep is literally the way to go. This is a Jeep Gladiator. It's got Fox shocks on it. Looks like it comes stock with Fox shocks. This is a Mojave edition. Let's see what the base model is on this one. 51,100. Probably doesn't have the lockers on it, which you want. You definitely want the lockers. So I was gonna say, I was not the biggest Jeep fanboy. I was never one of those guys like, oh, I want a Jeep. The thing I do like about the Jeep is the solid front axle. They're fairly easy to lift, just like an old school Toyota Land Cruiser. You can lift them and get 37-inch tires underneath them pretty easily, but you do have to upgrade your differentials and your axles and stuff so you don't break stuff if you're actually gonna wheel them off-road. Because the 37-inch tires, the stock components, aren't really built up enough to run 37-inch tires, which I think they do it though. And there's a lot of guys I'm pretty sure that does it, but you really need to upgrade your components to run the 37-inch tires, from what I understand. They say the same thing about the Xterra, and I know a lot of guys that are running 37-inch tires on Xterra. So, but if you're going to be trying to rock crawl or anything, you definitely probably you're going to snap an axle or you're going to snap something if you don't upgrade. A drive shaft, CV joints, all those goodies. Unlike an IFS, like a Tacoma, an Xterra, or any of those trucks, having that solid front axle, it's going to be way easier to lift. Just the coils, it's got coils on it, so you can just put bigger coils on it and put bigger tires on it. taller coil springs. You put taller coil springs on it. The old Land Rovers are the same way. My old Discoveries were the exact same way. It had they had solid front axles, so all you had to do is put taller coil springs on it, and it lifted it. My first D1 was not lifted at all, and I put taller springs on it. Me and my buddy did it in like 2 hours, and I had a lift, and put 33-inch tires under it. Like a Fiat right here. So funny, it's like so small. Like a Fiat 500, and like these are like Germans. I was listening to them I walked by and I could hear them talk. They're like Scandinavian, German, or something like that. It's funny, like the Europeans love the little tiny cars. And us Americans, we're all looking at the big Jeeps with the big tires. So funny. Or the big Wagoneer over here. Huge Wagoneer right here. This is something new that's on these newer pickups. This is a Ram. And testing 1, 2. Yeah. And I don't know why they didn't do this years ago. Just have all this dead space in here. You can have like a cool little toolbox right here. Keep all your recovery gear, your jack, your tow strap. You could keep a bottle jack in there. I really dig that your bed sides, like the bed of your truck now actually has storage room in it. Should have been like that forever ago. On both sides too, look at that. I mean, that is like Ram box. Oh, it's even got like, you got electrical up here. It's 115 volt cargo. Got light, cargo light. I mean, like, what took them so long to invent this? Come over to this Ram, and it doesn't have it. So I imagine that's a pretty good upgrade on the Cummins diesel. But I like it. I totally love it. So much storage to keep your bottle jacks, your recovery gear, and all that stuff in there. This is kind of insane. Hot Wheels and toy cars galore. I wonder if they have an Xterra. If they had an Xterra, I'd probably buy it. I know they did make one. They have Matchbox, Hot Wheels. They have pretty much everything. Volkswagen VW buses, Chevys, Suburbans. Chevy Suburbans. Well, if I'd have bought the FJ Cruiser, there's FJ Cruisers. And I was looking at a black one too. It's a TRD version, so it didn't have the white top, it had the black top. Finding an Xterra would probably be like easier just to look it up, look one up on the internet, and order it off eBay or something. Pretty insane, like how many selection of cars that they actually do have though. They have tons of cars, little cars. This new all-electric Escalade is actually, the Escalade IQ is actually pretty lit. So I drove another one of these that was gas powered, but the screen goes all the way across from the driver's side all the way to the passenger side. It's the very first car I've ever seen that does that, or truck. But the newer, I think the 2025 regular Escalade does it as well. Super cool. Another one. So your screen goes literally all the way across, all the way to the passenger side. It's got literally a QR code above the glove box. I've driven one of these, but not the electric one. This is the all-new electric IQ Escalade. I don't know I'd want an all-electric Escalade unless the range is like 600-700 miles. Yeah, so I've been here walking around, seen pretty much everything now, I believe. And the funny thing is like, I literally came over here. This is the Acura, but I came over here literally just for this little corner. It's only a little corner. I was hoping they would have more overland stuff, but they just don't. I love the Grenadier here with the pickup bed on it. Looks really cool. It's got a snorkel on it. Grenadier, man, it's just, they're so cool. It's so expensive. I would rather spend, I like the interior of the Grenadiers, man. The interior is insane. I don't know if these are open. Yeah, it does. So it's like a cockpit in here. You have all your buttons for the top. I wish the Land Rovers D10s were like this. But I mean, it's literally like a cockpit in these things. I've driven one. It didn't have a lift on it or anything, but I mean, just the door, just shutting the door on this thing is like, it's like a tank. These things are amazing. I'm just not sure about the Mercedes engine. They say it's like one of the best Mercedes-Benz engines ever built. I don't know about that. I'm not. But these things are just so nice. And this one's got King shocks on it. It's got King shocks, King lift. I think it's 35-inch tires. 35-inch tires on it. So yeah, the doors on this thing is like a freaking tank. You have all the buttons, you have all your buttons up there. You got rock sliders. No, these aren't stock. They're not stock rock sliders. But you literally got to get on, you have to step on the rock slider to get up in here. The front of this thing, dude, it looks like you're like driving like a military vehicle. You feel like you literally feel like you're in a military vehicle. And then you have all of your buttons up here. I mean, this thing is like a helicopter. It literally is like a freaking helicopter on the inside. It's so lit. I love the old school gear shifter with a knob on it. And then here's your regular transmission. I wish that was a little bit more rugged looking instead of so new. Wish it was a little bit more vintage like that instead of so not retro. You have your little things here. You have options here. Your buttons there. Yeah, these things are lit. It's so weird because like all your gauges, things are over here. You don't have much up here, which I kind of don't like that. I'd rather have just an old school gauge cluster there. But yeah, these things are really cool. The thing unique to these is you have these pop-up windows. Instead of having like a full sunroof, you have these little pop-up windows on both sides because you have your big console and the roof right here. It's super cool. Yeah, this is really all I came for, is this little corner right here. Just this little corner. I can't wait. I'm ready to go to some overland shows now that I have my tent. I mean, my rig getting close to where I want it to be. Oh, they have the OVR over here. Let me go talk to the OVR guys. Yeah, if I was going to do like a pickup, mid-size pickup, it would be this rig right here with the Alu cab. Pretty cool. I just talked to these guys. They gave me a magazine issue. It's OVR, which is actually an Overland magazine. So all of these rigs were featured in the magazine. So I couldn't couldn't quite figure it out. So I get it now. Makes sense. That's why you have all the different rigs here that are Overland rigs. Really like this awning on this one. Yeah, I got the OVS. It's what I thought they were, but it's OVR. I thought they were OVS. So I really like, this is the kind of awning I want. I thought this is what I was getting with my OVS Batwing, but I was very, very mistaken. This is what I want. This has got the lights in it. Got the built-in lights in it. This is a Taruka, which is I figure is probably about $1,200 or $1,400 for this one. And this one comes all the way up here, which I like. Mine stops. My awning stops about right here. So if it's raining and you're out drivers, yeah, you're gonna get soaked. Now this is what I want for an awning for mine. And I'll probably get the free Spirit. I'm not for certain. But that's the kind of awning I want. Taruka Adventure Gear. Look at this Lexus. It's got a Pelican case on top of the tent. I think that's an Inspire Overland tent. I think that's their, it's not aluminum, it's the real light carbon fiber. That tent's like $4 grand because it's carbon fiber. And they're not that big, but they only weigh like 80 pounds. Just super tight. Yeah, it's an Inspired Overland right there. I knew it was. An Inspired Overland was the tent I originally wanted, but then I like the Free Spirit way better. It's bigger. My tent's like the size of this one. This is a real truck. That's a big tent, like the one I have. This thing is this Blazer is pretty freaking amazing. So this is their air system. And it looks like it is, I'd rather have the ARB that's built into my rig. OVR. You know, I guess this is just a floor jack. It's got an Inspired Overland tent on it. It's got Baja Design LP6s on it. I'm not sure. I think it's just this display to show their jack. The jack looks pretty cool. But Harbor Freight's got one now that's pretty cheap, pretty economical. This Subaru is actually pretty freaking built out for a Subaru. Got LP6s on the front. Got a Tough Stuff tent on top of it. This is what I would like to have, is this GME. That's an Australian company. They're an Australian company, and this is like the antenna I want. Just that antenna right there is like $222. But that is actually the antenna that I want. They have a Wii Boost on the front of this thing for their internet. LP6s, those LP6s are like $300-400 a piece. So for a Subaru, this thing is really built out. I like it. It's got a winch in the front of it. Not a big Subaru guy, but this guy's done a very good job with the Subaru. Overroll. I kind of like this awning that they have. It doesn't go around far enough in the back for me. I kind of like it. This Subaru is done up pretty well. And you're going to get good gas mileage. Oh, they have the exact same decal for the Subaru that I have in my Xterra, which is cool. So we have the new H3 electric Hummer. I've actually driven one of these. We had one on a movie I worked on. It was a picture car. And even though the concept is great, the vehicle was not great. They look kind of cool, but I wouldn't take one of those off road for anything. Not a fan of these Bronco 2s. They look pretty cheesy on the outside to me. But on the inside, they're actually very nice. Even with a cloth interior like this one's got. I think the interior, they usually have like a little Mustang or Bronco on the seats. This one doesn't. But they're actually really nice on the inside. They got a nice screen. I like the steering wheel. I'm just not a fan of them on the outside. $38,000. There's no way. I would not pay more than $15,000 for one of these things. Outer Banks. So this is the loaded one. So this is actually really nice. I do love the interior. This is the one that's got the little Bronco on the seats. I mean, they are nice on the inside. I'm not gonna lie, I like them on the inside, but I'm not a fan. Dodge started that, I think, with a dial. You spin the dial to change the transmission, to select your gear. Not a fan. And over here they have one of the new retro Broncos. Looks like the old school Bronco from like the 70s. Like a retro. And it starts at $56,000. I wonder what edition this is. It's not even badged as an edition. Oh, it's a Heritage. Heritage edition. 315 70 R17s. It's got metric 35s on it. The Broncos, I've driven them. Cam Mackey has one. I really like his because he's kind of made his like retro, and it's a tan. He's got a tan wrap on it. Looks really cool. And then he put like a aluminum brushed hard top on it. It looks really nice. But they feel kind of cheap on the inside. Like I drove like a newer one with a lift on it and stuff, and when you close the door on it, the window would rattle. The side window would rattle. And I hated that. They're supposed to have fixed that so the window doesn't rattle anymore, but like a 2020 model, like if the window was up like this, because there's no frame on the window, so the window would literally just shake and rattle when the window's up. Evidently they fixed that. I don't know. I was going to see in this one, but really didn't like that about it at all. Over at the Toyota booth, I mean, look at all the vehicles to go off-road in. You got the new 4Runner. I mean, the TRD Pro. I mean, that looks like a vehicle that is ready to go. Look, it's got TRD Pro upper control arms on it right there. It's got the suspension, shocks. It's already ready to go, dude. And then you have the Land Cruiser. If you don't want a 4Runner, you can step up to a Land Cruiser. Well, this one's not built for off-road, but we saw the one over in the Lexus booth that was. I mean, all of these, Trail Hunter, all of these are ready to go off-road. Tacoma. Yeah, I just don't know what Nissan is doing. That's why they're in such dire straits, about to go out of business. I think this may be my favorite 4Runner body style. And the TRD version over there is like ready. The TRD Pro, so this is a TRD off-road. So it's a different package. This one doesn't have the UCAs, upper control arms and all that stuff. 19 to 25 miles per gallon, that's freaking great. Gas mileage. I don't see the 41, starting at 41,000. In red, I can't even see it. And then the TRD Pro over here, which is what I would want, is you have everything. It's already got the upper control arms, so the lift, nothing you really have to do to it. You could put a little bit bigger tires on it and you're ready to go, baby. Could not find the tire size on these open countries to save my life. I finally did. They're 265 70 R18s, which is another, I don't know why they're putting 18-inch wheels on an off-road, supposedly off-road vehicle. You want like, biggest wheels you want is like 17-inch. So, kind of crazy for them to put 18-inch wheels. But still a good looking truck. Never been a 4Runner guy, but this is actually a pretty nice freaking 4Runner. The doors are so light compared to that Grenadier. The doors are like paper compared to that Grenadier. Pretty nice Scrambler Jeep. I actually was not sure that I was in the right garage, but I can actually see my truck, so looks like I did pretty well. I'm trying to remember where my truck was parked. And there she is, the old Estera. I took this thing to the car wash today because she's pretty dirty since I was out off-roading. And I have a membership, a monthly membership, but now with the tent on the top of it, I can't get it into the car wash. So I was forced to cancel my monthly membership, which I had the full package with the coat, the ceramic coat and everything. And now I guess I'm just gonna have to take it to the hand wash and wash it myself. All right, that was pretty fun. Well, it was all right. I'm not gonna say it was fun, but it was okay. So anyway, that was the Orange County Auto Show, the OC Auto Show. The tickets were only $15, so I was like, yeah, I'll go. Where they get you is on this parking right here. The parking was $25, so it became 40 bucks. Was it worth 40 bucks? 40 bucks is not very much, but I don't think it was worth 40 bucks. The only thing I really wanted to see in there was a few overland vehicles, and they were only there for one magazine, so it was one little tiny corner. I mean, it was interesting, but like there was really no cars there I really wanted to see. It's up, like I said, the few overland rigs that they had, and they only had maybe 15 or 20 that was over in that one corner. So I'm looking forward to going to some like more overland expos. They're usually so freaking expensive in crazy different places, though I never go. But this was close, so I thought I would, you know, make a YouTube vlog out of it and see what happens. So now it's about 9 o'clock. We have to go eat. I haven't eaten all day, so we have to go eat. And then I've got to be on set, or I've got to be at a gig at 1 a.m. that lasts till 11 a.m. So I should probably go try to get a little bit of sleep, but I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But we're going to get out of here anyway.